What up, everybody? We are back, me and my man Scotty, for another events guide video. We're going to walk you through the events for this coming week, and there is a common theme: cores and energy. Let's go ahead and jump right into this because this is our second recording. The first one was 35 minutes long, and we're going to do our best to not do that again. So we have a new monthly event starting. Black Panther 1 million monthly event is done. We're getting into the winter one, but this is going to be different than the regular monthly events. There's no character orb in this one. Instead, you're going to get presents, which is basically just a store currency. There's going to be different characters available in this store at different weeks throughout the monthly event. So make sure you check out the blog to see what characters are available when, to know what you want to budget your spending on. But besides the snowballs, which is the equivalent of like the monthly mini items, last one was vibranium, this one's snowballs. There's going to be 4 main items. But the one we care about the most is the coal eyes that is going to be available in this week's Abominable Beast event. So we're going to get into that in a second. But first, we got to talk about the Quick Rumble event. Quick Rumble, skill military, not complicated. If you're a longtime player, you're going to get it done. Any quick thoughts on the Quick Rumble, Scotty?
It's 6 characters. Most people will get it done like the first day, first rotation. Otherwise, very quick, a couple rotations.
Yeah. Use your blitz charges on that, guys, and get it done. Throw your skill military in there. Hopefully you have them 7-star because you need them for the training day events anyway. And training modules are nice to come by, so it's a good investment. So let's get into the events that matter. We got like a beast tri-event is what I call it. It's 2 mini events. They feed into the main event, and it's all about cores and energy. They all start on December 6th, and they all run all the way through to the 13th. We're going to start this one off by talking about Cold-Hearted, which is a energy spending event, both of your regular campaign and your ISO campaign. We're going to talk about different kind of tiers, and this is where I'm going to give the floor to Scotty. He's going to walk us through 3 different tiers: maxing out the event, moderately partaking in the event, and basically just probably doing what you're doing every day anyway. So, floor is yours, sir.
So if you want to max the event, so that means you have to spend 2,800 energy a day, split between campaign and energy. You're going to have to do 50 core refreshes times 4 of both your campaign and ISO energy, and also do 100 core refreshes times 4 of your campaign and at least 100 core refresh of your ISO. This is also taking into account your web store energy, your daily free refreshes, and your daily free energy of both. And that'll get you very close to the 2,800. For the mid-tier, this is maybe doing just the 50 core refreshes on your campaign and your 50 core refreshes of your ISO. You're looking at spending 400 cores a day versus the 900 on the higher tier. That's going to get you to about 2,200. Then for the lower tier, maybe you have less cores, spending about 200 a day. That's just doing your 50 core refreshes of your campaign energy, none on your ISO energy. That gets you to about 1,700. You do miss out on some of the Dark Beast orb fragments by not finishing, that daily milestone. But it does save you a lot of cores, and you still get, pretty far in it. But you are going to be missing out on probably at least 1 orb a day by going the lower 2 tiers versus maxing it every day. Now, if you want to be extra prepared, because it does start kind of midway during the event starts like midway during a day, you can save up, be ready with max energy of your campaign and ISO energies, having your core refreshes ready to go, and also having some web store energy. So ideally be saving your web store energy a week before this starts, but obviously it's less than a week away. But at least having an extra 100 will help you kind of move that amount forward each day, so you could actually potentially, get closer to maxing it every day with spending less cores.
Yeah, right on. So to put this in perspective, the last milestone is 2,800. The second to last milestone is 2,000. So in that mid tier, you're getting everything but the last milestone. The last milestone does give you a full Mad Scientist orb, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. You can take my word for it, though. It should be around 2 beast shards per orb. That does feed into the Abominable Beast event. So you're looking at losing about 14 Dark Beast shards, plus feeding into that event where you're going to have to blitz harder to make up for that, at the cost of an extra 500 cores give or take. And there are some shenanigans you can get up to, like Scotty was just talking about, saving a bunch of your energy, saving those refreshes on December 6th. Don't do your energy refreshes first thing in the morning. And there is one thing that I'm going to be doing as someone who only wants to spend 400 cores a day. I'm going to max the event out one day and do very poorly the next day. And I'm going to do that repeatedly until the event's over. The reason for that is because the most Mad Scientist orb fragments are hidden in the later milestones. And that just kind of seems like an efficient way to do it for me. And that's going to depend on your playstyle. So nothing crazy, right? We're looking at about 900 cores to finish it daily, about 400 to finish everything but the last milestone, and 200 still going to get you pretty deep into it, actually, the third last milestone. So this event, not very bad whatsoever, and there are some ways we can cheese it. So let's go ahead and work our way over to the Ghastly experiment one. And we were just talking about how these events feed into each other. This is a power core spending event. Milestone 15 I have marked because that's kind of where the drop is in this event. When I look at events, I kind of look for a drop. Where does the requirement for the next milestone feel like it's a big jump? To finish it is 10,000, so you can kind of see from milestone 15 to milestone 20, that is a exponential jump. So Scotty did also give us this, and this feeds into our 3 tiers as well. And again, I'll let you take it away, sir. The floor is yours.
So to max it, you need to spend 10,000 cores over those 7 days. Obviously, that's a lot. If you are maxing the energy event, that means you are spending about 6,700 cores in total, which will get you to milestone 18. 300 more cores will get you to milestone 19, which actually gets you another 7,000 of the orb fragments. But if you spend another 3,300, you'll get to milestone 20, which gives you another 11,000 orb fragments. So that is obviously the key to getting as many as you can get, but that is a lot of cores. Now, if you did the mid tier, which is just the 400 a day, you end up spending about 3,200 cores. That gets you to milestone 15. 300 more cores will get you to milestone 16, which gives you even more orb fragments. So it is pretty reasonable, but you are missing out on quite a bit of the other fragments. I think it's about 18,000. And then if you're the lower tier, just spending 200 a day, that ends up being about 1,600 cores in total. You're going to get to milestone 10. 100 more cores will get you to milestone 11 if you spend that elsewhere. But you're obviously going to be missing out on even more of the orb fragments.
Yeah, so I was going to do a quick correction. When you said the middle tier, you're missing 28,000. If you're missing 18,000 if you're
18.
only hitting.
Yeah,
so you're missing 18,000 if you're at milestone 18. You're missing 28,000 if you're at milestone 15.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
And again, to put that in perspective, that's basically the amount of beast shards you're going to miss. So if you're only at milestone 18, you should probably top it up to milestone 19 by dropping another 300 cores. You're going to miss out on 11 beast shards. And if you are just doing 400 cores a day, you're going to miss out on about 28 beast shards, which is quite a bit, but that is a huge jump. That's from 2,900 cores spent over 7 days all the way up to 10,000 cores spent. Now, this is it for the core spending event. Now we're going to get into the Abominable Blitz event. And this is where it all comes together and we introduce a new factor, which is blitzing. So this is a blitz event milestone. Think Agatha, think Hulkbuster, where when you do a blitz fight, you win, you get some fragments. Those fragments add up to an orb. We've been told that we can probably expect to get about 2,000 fragments on a 40 squad roster with like 95% win rate. What I want to draw our attention to is milestone 24 is where the monthly event item is, and that's at a measly 53,000. If you just do the quick math in your head, completely ignoring the other events, that would be 53,000 divided by 2, 25, about 26 rotations over 7 days. You're looking at 4 rotations a day, and you're going to get all the way to the monthly event. Everything after that is extra, and that's what Scotty is going to talk us through now with those tiers and how those events feed into this along with Blitz. And I will now give you the floor, Scotty.
So there are the 3 tiers. So tier 1, basically maxing the first 2 milestones completely gets you about 66,000 orb fragments, so that's 66,000 points. But the rest is going to have to come from blitz or offers. Even if you blitz 8 rotations a day for 7 days, you're still not going to finish it. You're only going to hit 178,000 in points, and you need 195,000. So you'll have to get that other 17,000 from offers. I anticipate it being at least $100 or $200 to finish it.
Yeah.
For the mid tier, that's if you're only spending the 400 cores a day. You're looking at probably getting only about 24,000 from those points in total from those 2 milestone events. And then if you are still blitzing hardcore, the max amount, you're only going to get to about 136,000. An extra 4K points will get you to milestone 33. I don't know if that's necessarily worth it for you, but obviously player dependent. And then the lower tier, 200 cores a day, in those 2 events will get you to about 13,875, and then blitzing hardcore gets you to about milestone 32. So either way, you can't beat it no matter what you do unless you buy offers, but the lower tiers still can get pretty far in the milestones.
Yeah, so if you hardcore blitz, you could definitely get pretty far into it. But again, to put this in perspective, 53,000 is the number to complete the monthly event. If we look at even the lowest tier here, coming in at 13,000, you only need 40,000 more to top that off. That's 20 blitz rotations spread out over 7 days. Very doable if all you care about is a monthly event. Now, you notice we haven't talked much about the difference in rewards. That's because it's very end game player type rewards, right? We got a lot of Catalyst Teal. We get some T4s. We get some Teal gear, some gold promos, some dark promo credits, some Elite 6 credits, which me and you, we don't put too much value on because we've been burnt by enough Elite Orbs to not value that at $100 to get half of one. So these events don't feel that bad. And just the way that you've broken it down here, if you go hardcore, I think this is good. I think the idea that if you know life blitzing, you get back what you're putting into it, as opposed to if it was just the core spending event feeding into it. So how do you feel about these 3 events in total?
I hate energy and core spending events, but I love blitz. So.
There you go. So I'm going to quickly do this. Scotty didn't want to do this because it took us 6 minutes last time, but I'm going to do it because I like having a side-by-side. Good or bad, Festival of Frost. I don't know because it's a store event. Your initial thoughts on it quickly. No explanation because that's how we got to 6 minutes.
To be determined.
To be determined. Okay. Cold Hearted, the energy spending event. I don't like it because I don't like spending ISO green energy. Cores on that, you?
Boo.
Boo, bad. Ghastly Experiments, core spending event. I'm probably going to hit milestone 15 regardless if this event was running or not. So I kind of don't care about it. I'm going to call it neutral. You?
Hate it.
Hate it.
Hate it.
Hate it. Oh, he hates everything. Abominable Beast event. Blitz event. You are able to blitz to finish the monthly milestone if you do like 5 rotations a day for 7 days. I don't think that's a big deal. I like this event. I like getting Dark Beast shards. And it looks like I'll get 2 shards for every single rotation. Scotty?
Love it.
All right. Bye, guys.